Yo, what's good, y'all? I'm UCX. I'm a challenger tier player. I'm 800 LP right now. I have a challenger this season. And with the whole free VOD review thing in my Discord, it's actually going to be a VOD review of one of my gameplays and not someone else's. But I just kind of want to highlight how I just take over a high elo game and just completely 1v9 it. And I'm going to break down every single thing I do and why I make these decisions to help me lead the game to victory. So let's just jump right into that right here. Boom, 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 let it load. And like, as you can see, like, this is a pretty high elo game. Like, everyone's GM, I'm the only challenger. So let's just start off here. Boom, 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 let the game load. Okay, and then right actually before I let the game start, I just want to say, before you do anything, you should know your matchups, regardless if you're playing LeBlanc or any other champion, right? Specifically for LeBlanc, with Vlad, the whole point of LeBlanc is if you can try to get him low enough to a kill angle, then obviously you do, because you take better trades than Vlad, at least pre-level 6, because he definitely outscales you, right? Vlad will always outscale you. So you want to get him behind as possible, and maybe look for a kill angle. That's also why I took Ignite. And on Vlad's hand, his whole goal is try to survive the lane. If he could survive the lane and go even CS, go 0-0, then he basically just wins, like, later, or he just wins the game. Not completely the game, but if there were no other, like, outliers or different factors, he would win the game because he just scales harder, right? So that's his goal. Vlad's goal is to sustain the lane. My goal is to try to get him low, try to kill him, put him behind. So just know your matchups, because that really determines how you play. Because if I play super aggressive into, say, something like a Caitlyn pre-level 6, Caitlyn will always outtrade me. But if I wait to scale on a Caitlyn, say I get my first Ludens, my short trades will do more damage than in the very beginning of the game because I have more AP damage. So I could look for more of a one-shot on the Caitlyn mid. That's just an example. You don't really see it often, but I have played against it. Okay, so as that's being said, let's start the game. You see my jungler walking here? My jungler is walking here because he wants vision on the Raptors. He wants me to ward it for him. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to jump over, I'm going to ward it, and then I'm just going to walk to Warwick. I don't even know why I do this. It's not really necessary, but I was going to try to bait him out and have him Q me and then pull him back. Just so maybe like we could look for a flash or a free kill, but realistically it wasn't going to happen. It was just cuz. But the reason why I want to ward this is because it gives me vision on where the jungler is going to be, right? So, say most junglers usually either start red or Raptors and then just path up and then go like here, right? So if he does start Raptors, then I could see, okay, yeah, he's going to start pathing down to here. So I should start pinging my bot lane. Okay, Warwick is probably going to be around here right now. So he could either take these camps or he could completely skip it and gank bot, depending on where their wave state is. If their wave state is really pushed up, like right here, then yeah, Warwick might just skip his camps and go gank bot. So having this ward here is really important because you know where the jungler starts. If I didn't have this ward and I had no vision of Warwick, he could start here, he could start here. It really depends. So that ward is really big. Vlad's also doing the same thing because he wants the vision. Okay. Boom. Okay, I trade right there because I was trying to look for, since he Qs, you see Vlad's Q timer. When it goes halfway, that means he has another Q. When it's at 0, that means he has a Q up. Right when he uses Q, I want to look for a trade because he could do only auto me. But I can use an ability. I can W auto. I could auto W auto. And my whole goal in lane, again, is to proc electrocute. In the very beginning, it's so good for small trades, and he would get chunked so much. But I mess up theirs, but it's fine. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Miss a minion there. See? Right? You see how he used Q? Right when he uses Q to farm, I jump in. Boom. W. Auto. Auto. Look what's about to happen to Vlad's HP. Because electrocute procs. Boom. Look how chunked he is. Look how chunked I am. And this is how you play lanes. You need to punish them for farming. Let's just go back 15 seconds. You see how the minions that I want are getting low? So I'm right here. You see how this minion's low? This minion's low. He knows I want to farm it. He has a Q ready, so he's walking up to deny me from the farm. I can't go in here, or else I will get traded. So I gotta choose, do I want to get the farm and sacrifice my HP, or do I want to give the farm and save my health, you know? But he still didn't walk up far enough because he needs to position back for his minions right here. So I still end up getting the farm. Boom. Right there. Right when he uses his Q, instantly I walk up. And that's what you should always do. Because I get the better trade here. You need to punish in lanes. And this is also just overall in the game, right? So if someone's taking a dragon that you can't fight, then maybe, you know, you should split and punish them for taking that dragon by taking one of their towers. You're always trying to look to punish in games. Or at least get something out of it. Alright, let's keep going. That was another trade where he Qs a minion, so I jump in. And also, the reason why I keep shoving in lane is you want to get prio in these lanes. A lot of people say, oh, you should just keep the lane last hit, but in matchups like these, you should auto the minion wave and just kind of assert dominance. Because with a champion like LeBlanc, you could really pressure champions under tower. If it were to be Yasuo, yeah, the wave state would probably be here, or any melee champion. But with LeBlanc, because she's so like annoying to play in lane, you should always shove and just get prio. Because when you verse a matchup like Malzahar and he constantly shoves, there's no areas to get trades. Because you have to choose, you have to sacrifice whether using your abilities on the wave and then Malzahar hits you, or you have to not use abilities and then save it, and it just doesn't work out. Alright. That was a little bit of a yap, but let me keep going. And we do see Warwick on vision right here. Level 3. He queued again, right? He queued again and he walks up here. So I'm like, wait, I should be punishing him for that. He pulls. I just go back. The lane is looking pretty good for me. My wave is shoving, and I have more XP. Or not XP, more HP. Okay, what I do there, I just... As you saw, I Q him out of the turret just to get closer to that plate. Boom, boom, boom. Wave resets. Walk back because his Q2 is up. Throw a Q at him because I know I could walk up. He has no Q. Here, I should have rotated sooner. Just because... Let's rewind on this. The second my jungler and support started pinging, I should have been positioned here and started farming here so I could rotate faster. That's my mistake, but I should have done that. As you can see, I still just am farming the wave and have no mind for it. Even right now, Vlad rotates first, actually. So here's the fight. I start walking. Okay, the reason why I flash here instead of Wing, I flash here and then I W. I know he has flash. I didn't see him use flash. No one ping flash. So I need to hurry up and kill him before anything could happen. Or he flashes out and has time to react. Boom. And he still reacts to it. So I auto. Q. Basically what happened? I auto. Q ignite. And the reason why auto was so important, he might have still died, was because, again, it procs that electrocute. Auto is the first proc. Or auto is the first stack. My Q is the second stack. Ignite is my third stack. And that will proc electrocute. Boom, he's dead. I use all sums, but it's so worth. Okay, Vlad pulls. I go back. I miss the E. Poppy goes in. That guy's dead. Lucian also dies here. Vlad burns flash. So basically everyone has no flash and we're up. Like how many kills? Was it 3? 2? Yeah, and then what I want to do here is just kind of crash the wave and then go home. But then I see him here, so I want to try to look for an angle. Just give him a hard time for farming. Okay, War ganks me. I just run away. Right? No biggie. I go back. He's keep going, keep going. And he ends up diving me, which is really weird. And then I pick up another kill for that. But. Again, the safer play, and this was a really flip play that I did, is because I just fought here, because I knew no one took this crab, I could have expected that, you know, he either runs straight to his raptors, or he runs to crab and he looks mid. But he would kind of always look mid, because what, his raptors is up, so he either looks raptors, and then contests this crab, and then goes mid, or he goes this crab and just goes mid, right? But he realistically go this one just because Kha'Zix would most likely go up. But I should have expected a mid. I honestly didn't as I was playing, just because I wasn't really paying attention. So I shouldn't have even went back, or I should have just recalled. But it ended up working out anyways. So at this point, I'm 202. Okay, let me just jump back to this too. Okay, so my thought process here is Vlad's staying, I'm staying, I have double buff, I have more sustain, or I have equal sustain, as in like the HP, because Vlad heals from abilities, I heal from red buff, and my pot that's activated. I see my jungler, Warwick just died, right? So I could be a little more aggressive, and I could bait. Right? He uses Q. He just uses Q. I jump in, right? He pulls. He's going. He wants to kill. I ping for assistance because I see my jungler's right there. Right? He ends up taking the bait. He walks up too much. He pings. Why is he here? But he should have known that. And because Vlad just used his pull, because we saw him flash earlier at this play, we know that we could chase him. Vlad's pull is like a 19-second timer. It's super long. So there's no way he could get out of this. Kha'Zix's jump was down, but I think he used it on the crab. So he's just waiting for his jump right now, and then he'll kill him. Let's let the clip play. Boom, jump, dead. And then what I could have done here is I could have just recalled. Because I had 3 minions, so the wave was shoving regardless, and it's a cannon wave. So what I should have done, I should have just sat here, and I should have recalled. All this would have shoved. All this would have shoved into me. I would have had a huge wave to pick up. Vlad would lose all this. Right? That's the trade-off for him dying. You have to punish him for him dying too. So he would lose all of this, but for some reason I did clear it. I think it's because I might have hit 6 here. So I just wanted to clear all of it. Yeah. I just WR this. Yep. Yep. Okay, but. Let me just break this down. Why is the recall still going through? Okay. Because I didn't do that, right? Because I didn't just recall right here and then let the wave push, he still gets to claim some of this wave. Right? So he gets some XP and he gets gold because I made a bad decision. Right? Look, he got 5 minions. He got 5 minions of XP and he got 4 minions of gold. But if I were to just recall and let the wave push, I would have a mega wave. The wave would be shoving, so the wave state would be here. So he would have to walk up. I could take better trades, but unfortunately I didn't do that. So he ended up gaining minions and didn't lose as much as he should have. He should have lost way more from that. All right. Also, guys, all this is going to be just on YouTube. It's probably going to be unlisted, but It's just going to be there so you guys can see it. There's going to be no edits. It's just going to be raw footage. So whatever I say in this video right now, it's just going to be there. All right, let's speed it up. Let's see anything interesting. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, what did he just do there? And why did he do that? Okay. I think what he wanted to do, right, is Vlad ults me, and most people think, why the hell would he ult you there, right? Maybe he should save it for drag fight. But I think what he wanted to do is because he's so far behind, he sees a good angle on me where he already has his Q stack, so he Qs me, and that hits, obviously. He wanted to ult me and pool my damage, but the reason for that is because he wanted to take so much of my HP that I would be so low that I'm forced to recall, and he could secure either drag prio, which wouldn't really make sense. So maybe it's just a lane prio, right? He's so behind in lane that he wants to shove this and just survive, right? He doesn't want to look for a kill. He just wants to get me low enough so that I can't play the lane and that he could just clear it and go home. But he ended up missing ult here, which is pretty bad. But even so, like, look at how much HP Vlad still has, and he chunked me pretty hard. Yeah, I think Vlad wanted to go home there. And I walk on a ward here. But okay, the reason why I do roam. Let's do from my perspective. Can I see? Fog of War. Look, I can't see Vlad. I thought he recalled. I thought he recalled here, right? And I do see that's a cannon wave, so you know, I'm healthy enough to stay. I don't think I have that much gold on me. I shouldn't, right? So is it worth backing here in this wave state, or can I come back to the lane when Vlad's full HP and just live and just play it out? I can, right? So like, okay, maybe this is a good time for roam, because I thought he was backing. Little did I know, I'll walk over ward. I'll walk over another ward. Vlad ends up staying, and this might be the reason why he stays is because I'm roaming. I walk over 2 wards, but the reason why this roam works, one, let's go back. Okay, I'm already over a ward. I'm already on vision, but they're fighting. They're still here. They start walking back as I hit like around here, right? This little rock. But the reason why this works, look how far they were. They were at the enemy tower, and that's the reason why I kept going. Because I thought, you know, maybe I could find an angle here. Walking, walking, walking. Boom. I think that was really clean. Let's go through that again. Guys, I'm just going to overanalyze like everything because I just want to like have a really in-depth video. I don't care how long it is, but if you guys want to improve, then I'm sure you would watch it because, you know, you want to look at every minimal thing that can make a difference in your game. So I W over, I ult, the ult misses, I ignite, I ignite Q, Poppy pushes me, I go back, I throw E, he barriers, but my sigil's on him, it procs the sigil, boom, electrocute also procs because it was Q, ignite, E, right, electrocute, and sigil procs, and ignite still going, dead. So that E was really important because if I didn't do that, right, Lucian would have lived. And look at my wave. I already lost 2 minions here. So I lost 2 minions over a kill, and I let Lucian lose this bot wave too. Because when you roam, you gotta realize what you're doing to other lanes too. You're helping them by killing them, but I'm also helping them by giving Jhin a free plate. And he gets to make Lucian lose XP and minions. Alright, let's keep going. Boom, boom, boom. Shoving this out. Whoa, did Rel really flash there? Oh, wow. What the hell? That was a kill? I don't remember that. Okay, let's look at what just happened. Okay, the reason why I shoved, I want to look for a recall just because, you know, I just picked up a kill bot. I picked up a couple waves here, and I came back and picked up another wave. I must have gold right now, right? Look at my build. I want Ludens. Ludens is a power spike for LeBlanc. Recalling. I'm baiting my recall. I would take it here. But Rel's also here, so, you know, maybe we could look. And Vlad wants it, right? So I end up throwing chain. He pulls that chain. Whoa, that Rel flash is really bad. But we're still going, right? Because I think it's still fine. I jump. That was Rel's ignite. I guess I have ult up too. And he ends up dying. He ends up dying because he greeted and he was so far in the lane. And this is why so many people stress, oh, you want to keep your lane here so you have more opportunity and more time to kill them. Because it takes time for them to walk away. So when Vlad uses his pool on my side of the lane, what else does Vlad have, you know? Does he even have flash? No, he doesn't have flash. I guess he used flash earlier. I don't remember, but he did. So he has no flash. He just used pool. So that's why we could chase it. Even though we saw Poppy, we could still chase it. Because the lane's so long. And what's Poppy going to do? What's Poppy going to do when Vlad has nothing? Vlad ulted earlier on the wave and tried to recall. That was like, what, 30 seconds ago? Right before I dove Lucian. So Vlad literally has nothing. So he just trolled that completely. So we need to punish him for doing that. Okay. Okay, and I recall here. I don't stay for this wave. Just because I know that, you know, it's going to shove. The wave crashed. It didn't crash completely. But it crashed enough for where these minions will die. Also, Poppy's here. So if I did try to shove the wave and did try to get a plate, what would happen is Poppy would just deny me and try to help his wave stay out. So I decided, you know, let me take the back. I've been here for a while. Warwick's fear is also on me, so I should just leave. The thing is, though, I think Rel tried to be like a good support and not let him stop my back. I don't think he needed to. I think it was gone. Regardless, he ends up dying here. Not a good death, but who knows? Maybe I would have stopped mine. Okay. Okay, and just looking at my map. So basically what happened here, Rel dies, right? Rel dies because he wants to save my recall. We also saw the jungler was mid too because that whole fear, and I think he did show somewhere. But it was really obvious that, you know, he was all here, so this must all be gone. He's gonna go Raptors because he has support advantage. Poppy's here, Rel's dead, so, and Vlad's walking, right? Honestly, this is really bad though, because if Vlad was closer, yeah, it would make more sense. Because Vlad has ult right now, and he has ignite. But they're both level 5, we both have ults. So what ends up happening is I think we do punish one. I hit Warwick. I think Poppy pushed the wrong person, actually. Right? They both end up dying for that. Poppy does a bad flash. She was dead either way. But that was just a bad invade because, you know, they wanted to clear it really quick and just get out. That was their whole goal. I don't think they really wanted to fight. But they should have realized that, you know, Kha'Zix knew that they wanted to get that, so he instantly pathed there. And also, I was on reset. They should have timed my reset better. If they were to know that and to know exactly where we were, they would never go for that play. It was just a bad play that they went for. Like, that would be good in certain circumstances, but specifically for this one, it's bad. So because they take the bad play, again, we have to punish them for that. And that's what happens. They both died. Like, guys, there's way more that goes into, like, all this thinking in League, which honestly I don't know either, and I'm not acknowledging all the things that I should have done or things that I could have done better, because honestly I don't know all of them. But this is going to be helpful to like 99% of players, you know? If I play like this and it's not to absolute perfection, it's still pretty close, or not close, but it's still good. The fact that it's working this well in a GM lobby says something. Okay, let's look at what I'm doing here. Yeah, just trying to look for a quick roam here. Even though this is a bad wave to roam on, just because Vlad does this, I still wanted to just kind of coin flip it and see, you know, maybe I could just pick up a free kill real quick. And this dude's really running, yeah. But yeah, I should have done that because I let Vlad get a plate. And I lose a whole wave for it. So, you know, this wasn't good. I did pick up a good trade on him here. We go drag. You know, maybe, okay. We go drag, right? We have complete Prile. I don't even know how Warwick died. I wasn't looking. I think Kha'Zix just killed him or something. But, okay, bot lane is still positioned this deep. Kha'Zix just took Dragon. And, I mean, it's pretty obvious that, yeah, if the enemy jungler takes Dragon, you know, maybe I should walk back. This guy's still walking up, which is actually so insane. So even high elo players, they could do a lot of questionable plays, and like sometimes a silver player would even know, or sometimes a gold player would know, right? Because it's so obvious. Like if drag is taken, why would you ever walk up? Poppy knows, right? Poppy's staying back because he's expecting Kha'Zix to come. He's gonna try to peel Kha'Zix away from the Lucian, right? Lucian knows he's dead, so he's just going in. I miss E, but it doesn't matter. Poppy's dead too. Then I go back to the lane. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, he's like really spam pinging. Yeah, the second I see his ult, I know, you know, can't do anything. Go home. Let's go back. Recall on vision. Maybe I have items. Let's see, how much minions do I lose here? I lost like 2 minions. Okay guys, just a little wave management 101. You should never back on, only back on cannon waves. Unless you have to absolutely back, then okay, yeah, back and drop the wave. Because, or else you'll die and lose that wave. But, just like rule of thumb, it's obviously very circumstantial, or yes, circumstantial, but ideally, you're always going to want to back on cannon minions just because the tower is going to focus the cannon minion. At most, you'll probably use 1 minion. So in this game, I do back on a lot of waves that aren't cannons, which were not the best decision. The reason why I cleared this ward is, I mean, the lane's crashing. It's cannon wave, so it's harder to push it too. So I'm just like, okay, I got nothing to do. Let me clear this ward. Boom, boom, boom. I lose 1 minion of gold, but I get the XP. And the XP is really all that matters. This was a bad trade that I did. The reason why this was bad is you guys should try to recognize this in your games too. Look at the wave state, right? I go in, but his wave is so favored. All my minions are basically dead. He still has his cannon up. He still has all his basically all his minions up. You never want to fight in a wave that's bigger than you. Because look, the minions will start hitting you once this wave dies, right? And I keep going in here. They're targeting me now. It just puts me in a really bad position. Also, it puts me in a bad position because if I try to E him, you know, these minions are going to be blocking. But say it was reversed. Say I jump into Vlad while my minions were bigger than his. That'd be way better. My minions would hit him. I could block his E with my minions. It's just, like I said in the very beginning of the video too, that's also why you want to shove. You don't want Vlad to have a bigger wave than you because then, right, you could never trade. Because I try to trade on a bigger wave and look what happened to me, right? I always want to have the bigger wave than him so I could take better trades and I don't have to sacrifice or make that decision on do I want to use my abilities on the wave or do I want to use my abilities on him. I know what I want to use my abilities on. The only thing that you should use your abilities on is your Q. In the beginning of the game, you should just use your Q to farm. because your Q refunds your mana. The reason why I jump here is he has all sums. This sneaky guy, he was looking for a Flash E Auto Ignite. Flashy Auto Ignite Q. Or Flashy Auto Q. Probably a Flashy Auto Q. But he's looking to kill me there. And I think here, I realized that, yeah, if I do recall, then I'm going to lose a big wave, right? I'm going to lose a full wave. Just because it's already crashing. So I want to pray that, okay, maybe Vlad forgets that, or Vlad doesn't really think, okay, maybe he will stay because, you know, he wants to catch us. If he recalls, he'll lose it. So let's see. Yeah, he lets me have the wave. But now, even though I took the bad trade there, it doesn't matter anymore, right? Both waves are extremely far. And this is a scenario where I would back here. Vlad's backing. I'm low. There's nothing to do. There's no reason for me to stay. I do know where jungler is. But at the end of the day, there's no reason for me to stay. He's fine with recalling. I'm fine with recalling. The wave resets. We're both same HP, same mana. You know, so I ended up saving myself from that bad trade. And now the wave's even again. Where I still have my 6-0 lead. Vlad's still where he is. Okay. Wow, what a great trade. Let me break down what I just did. Let's see. Okay, because Vlad just queued, right? I talked about it so many times in this video. Because he queued that minion, I'm looking at his bar. His queue's not up. A lot of high elo players cannot recognize this, but when a wave, when I'm this ahead, or whenever I just have Ludens, right? But I have Ludens, I have Hextech Alternator, and I have Boots and a Doran's Ring. Though it's 3 caster minions, I know that I could one-shot this, right? So I go in, boom, one-shot it. I Q, auto, ults, Q, auto, ult. This will instantly proc electrocute, right? So, say the trade goes bad, and okay, the reason why he's walking like this, he's expecting my E's. He's expecting my E's, so he's walking like this, he wants to dodge it, right? Because he's thinking, oh, I don't want to use pool. I would rather just save it because I don't know what he's going to use. If he jumps on me, then yeah, he does want to pull. But he doesn't know what I'm going to use. So he's trying to just feel it out and take the greedy play. The safe play is, yeah, you should probably just pull and get out because he's so close to his tower that he can't really get punished for it. But he doesn't. And my safest... Oh, wow. My safest play is to just throw my guaranteed abilities, right? My sigils are homing, so they're 100% hit. If he does pull, oh well, then I lose it. But I don't lose anything here. I don't take any risk here. There's no risk, right? So, Q, auto ult, procs electrocute, procs this first sigil. And I throw the E. It procs the E, and I don't know if you saw that red dot. That was another auto I got off. Sigil procs. There's nothing else to do. The second it activates, I walk away. There's nothing else. He Qs again, right? So I'm probably gonna auto this tower, and if he looks to farm this minion, I'm gonna Q him. Because I need to punish him for farming. Look, he's already walking back to the minion. He has no Q. How could he farm this? He either E's or he autos it, but his auto won't even kill it. So he's probably gonna E. But I wanna look to Q him too. So look, see? The reason why I don't Q him instantly, where I was before, I was right here, is because if I Q him here, I might take a tower shot because of how deep I am in the tower. So I quickly reposition to right here, and then I Q him. Boom. So he autos it knowing that he can't even kill it, which is really troll. So again, he takes more damage. It's very minimal, but it's still more damage, and it helps me look for a dive angle. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, that was really troll. I remember doing that play, and I was like, wait, why did I do that? I thought he had no pool. But yeah, that was really troll. I wonder if he gets this off. Wow, he doesn't. I think he could have if he just kept running. Okay, and I think this is really good on me. Yeah, okay, I wanted to look for a kill here. Even though he had Q, I want to look for a kill because he just used pool, so I know he didn't have it. What would have happened if I hit my E, he wouldn't have died, but he would be really low because he had flash. So the second I see Warwick, I just start running up because that's my best chance. I run up, I run up. Jump over. And I actually don't know why he ulted. That was really bad. I back here because there's a shroom, so just go home. Okay, let me break this down. 15 seconds. I'm at home, right? I'm shopping. Oh, I guess I'm walking now. But I'm going mid. As I'm pathing mid, I'm just looking around the map, right? What can I do that's not mid, right? Let's look at my wave. Kha'Zix cleared my wave. It's shoving. The next wave, it hasn't even spawned. The next wave hasn't spawned. So, what would I be doing if I were to walk mid? What is there to possibly do for the next 20 seconds? Nothing, right? So at some point, I'll realize that. Boom. I shift my pathing. Nothing here. I gotta give this. Kha'Zix we can't contest this. We can't do that. What looks good is this. Look how pushed up these guys are. Look at how much my bot's struggling. So I start going. And for something like this, you don't always have to commit to it, right? The reason why I'm pathing in the jungle is one, because I did notice too late, but two, it gives me a quicker option to decide, you know, if this play ends up going bad, if they end up just walking away and recalling, and I can't do anything, I could come here and just go up, rather than being right here and going all the way up, and then potentially losing a wave, losing my prio. And I don't know if we had vision, but Kha'Zix ends up going back to his jungle, I think he dies. Yeah, he dies. But knowing that, yeah, he wanted this crab. But because of that, if I were to even go mid or even play for this blue buff right here, it would have been bad. Because Kha'Zix would have died before I even got there. Look how close I am. I would be right here. He would have died. So there would be literally nothing for me to do. So instead I go bot. I'm pinging it. Rel sees me coming. Rel sees me. Poppy flashes in. Wow, hold on. Let's look at that. What were they planning to do? Let's see. Okay, so Rel flashes on the Lucian. Poppy goes for Jhin. Okay, Rel play is really good, right? Poppy flashes on Jhin because Lucian could just go in too, right? Lucian could E in and auto the Jhin once and he dies. But Rel knows that, so he flashes on Lucian and stops him from doing that. And the reason why he jumps here is because Lucian has to decide, do I want to jump out and let Poppy just int, or do I want to keep going in and try to hit Lucian? But he can't because Rel has her stomping shit here. Boom, the ult hits. Dead. That was ult auto Q to proc electrocute. And what do I lose out on? I lose out on 1 million of XP. Honestly, I got so lucky here. Let's see what I did. I jump in. EQ. What I should have done here, and what I tried to do, is if I were to manage my clone better. Okay. Actually, never mind. I thought my clone proc before the E went through, but for here, I would try to control my clone in position in front of me, but it didn't. He should have walked out here. Actually, no. This is honestly not the bad play. He just got really unlucky. Going in here was really good. Because Vlad's death doesn't matter as much as mine, right? Vlad's already 1-2. What does he have to lose? If he claims my 1,000 gold bounty, my game is super hard, right? I'm taking all these bad roams, or inherently bad roams, because, you know, I'm, it's just really flipped. Because I'm losing waves for a play that's not guaranteed. Right? But it ends up working either way. But basically right here, he could claim 1,000 gold bounty for what? Dying and giving me 300 more gold. Again, Vlad scales better, so he wants to take this fight. I get super lucky. How much do I live on? I live on 12 HP. Vlad ends up taking another tower shot. He dies. Shove that recall. The reason why I do shove that recall, I see Warwick's dead, right? So guys, you have to, this is super simple knowledge, but most people, they just don't think about it. Right? Warwick is dead. Vlad is dead. Why would Lucian and Poppy be mid? I know Ryze is top. I've seen him earlier. This is a play where I could shove the wave, and because Vlad's recall timer is so long, he will lose all this. He loses a whole cannon wave, and I need to punish him for that. But most players think, actually, most players don't think. Most players do not think. They see their HP, and all they do is, oh my god, I need to go home. I have gold. I'm super low. I need recall. No. Push this wave, punish the Vlad, right? No one can do anything. It's like you're in a practice tool game with no one. You get a free wave, get to go home, you get to punish Vlad. Now you're up XP, you're up gold, you're up everything. Okay, so my team ends up starting drag. Okay. The drag fight was fine because mid jungle were dead. There's really no reason to contest this. The fuck is that noise? Oh, it's his ult. So I'm really surprised that they did contest it. It ended up working out because the reason why it worked out. Boom. Poppy Hex Flash. The second she Hex Flashes, Kha'Zix should ult. Look how much he autos again. He goes for another auto. Right? He has a whole second to react. He doesn't. If he were to ult, go invis, Poppy would be forced to push Rel back. But Kha'Zix would be full HP. He would kill Lucian here. So, what the play that should have happened, their enemy bot lane should have both died. This should never be a working play. Jin's already ulting too. It's a 3v2. This should never work. But it ended up working. Who got dragon here actually? Okay, we got dragon. That's good. But I end up just coming in and cleaning things up. Yeah, I think I pick up a double there. And Lucian's mad. He's picking LeBlanc. Okay. Another trade where I QR. Clicking drag. Okay, guys. Now that I've kind of explained like the gist of everything, you know, why I do these trades, how to punish, why you punish, when you punish, and I went over most of the things, and I feel like at this point it's getting pretty repetitive. So I'm gonna kind of just look at more of the bigger plays that happen and the bigger decisions that happen, because we're still playing the lane, so you know it's gonna be the same thing over and over. The roams, I'll probably look at the roams. When we transition and I go bot and I start playing for split, I'll explain more of that. But as of now, I'm gonna just kind of cool it on the over explaining. Okay. boom. Okay. Nothing. Wow, he died. Okay. I'll look at kills. Okay, the reason why I walked up here and why I saw an angle. Warwick is doing whatever. He just used pool. Look at this. Boom, he used pool right here. He uses pool right here, and for some reason he's walking up. Look, he's staying. He has nothing. My ult's coming up. You see my ult, right, guys? It's almost up. 2 seconds. I have ignite. I have W. I have enough mana for W. Only one W, right? W's 100 gold. W's 100 mana. I have 140 mana. I could W, R, ignite, auto. Or can I even sigil? I could sigil too. My mana will be up by then. But right, I could do that, and he'll instantly die. He has nothing. I just saw him. He only has ignite, but he has no pool. W. Look. Right as my second W hits. Look at my mana, guys. I have 50 mana. It's exactly for 1 Q. I end up using it at the end. I auto him first, which is what you always want to do on LeBlanc. Not always, but just for short trades, always try to get your auto because it's another stack to your electrocute. I auto him, and then I Q him. But he would have died either way. Okay. Here's where the map starts splitting. The reason why it splits is, bot tower's gone. It's better if we have 2 people mid. Just more prio over objectives. Okay. Lucian is still staying. Kha'Zix's here too. Lucian's probably dead. And the reason why my E didn't matter here that much is like, wow, that was a crazy miss. That was a crazy miss, UC. Look where my jungler is, right? My whole point is just get him low enough so he's guaranteed dead. I didn't really care about the E. Okay. Shove this. Take out that ward. Oh. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay. This is what I do in lanes a lot, where I know I could get out. Because, for example, this play, what I'm doing right here, is gonna be really. I'll let the clip play, and I'll show you where I do it. I W. I walk back here and I W because I want to create distance when I do this. Because I know that once I use all my abilities like this, I'm gonna have nothing. So I need to be as far as I can from the enemy. Q. I Q R. Double sigil. Auto. E. The second I E, he ults and I go back. But what I don't realize is he's so close to me, and what I should have done, I shouldn't have autoed here. I try to kill him. I gave him the distance to Q me. Q. I flash. I should have just like spaced it better. I get feared, my clone here. Let's look at my ability timers. My W is in 2 seconds. I know I'm invisible. If you auto while you're invisible, it gets rid of your invisibility. So I just walk around here. Right? I send my clone up. I send my clone up because I want him to auto that one while my ability's charging. What he doesn't realize, I don't know if he sees it. Maybe both clones have the fear. But this clone had the fear. I don't know what that's about. I don't know his POV. Maybe it's just a bug, but I'm pretty sure this showed. My W went up. I could have left, but I could kill him instantly. He has no abilities. He shouldn't have. Let's see. Yeah, he has nothing. Nothing. His E's down. Because he just used it on me. He ends up dying. He went for the wrong one. I got a free recall. Dun dun dun. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm running mid because Vlad just killed everyone. Again, what I should have done here is I should have ran bot. You know, I saw that Vlad's recalling. He walked over a ward. He's recalling. And guys, really listen when I'm saying this. This is really important information. This is literally what macro is. I saw that he's recalling. This wave would have been even. I should not be mid, right? If he's shoving, sure, I could maybe go mid and try to save this tower. But this would have been even. My laters are respawning in 10 seconds. Look at where Lucian's at. Look at what Lucian just claimed out of this. Look, I'm gonna speed this up and just show you. Look at this. See? Now I force Jhin bot, and I miss a wave. I lose 2 plates, and I let Lucian get away. If I were to go bot, he would have died. He would have died. I would have got a wave. Lucian would have lost the wave, so that's the trade-off. He wouldn't have got a plate. It would be so much more. Look what happened mid. Nothing happened mid. What am I doing? Nothing. The only thing that helped me being here was Poppy's misplay. I think Teemo would have gotten out either way. Teemo was out either way, right? The only reason why this worked, guys, is because it was a flippy play. This should have never happened. Poppy should have never walked up this much, knowing that his team was this far. You always want to go for the guaranteed plays, and the guaranteed plays was this. That was the safe play. That was what I should have done. Obviously, there are some games where you need to go for flippy plays when you're super behind, like their enemy team. So Vlad should be going for flippy plays. I guess they should be... This wouldn't even be counted as a flippy play. This is just an obvious play. Nothing's happening, right? But the only reason why this works... because Poppy oversteps, and I could punish her for it. But again, this is also extremely flip play. Because... look at this. Rise has his mark on me. He said gotcha. He said gotcha. If he were to not auto me and just stun me right there, I would have died. And think about how much I would have lost. I would have lost 1,000 gold. And I pinged Drag. Drag was up in 5 seconds. Not 5 seconds. 45 seconds. We would have lost Drag. That was risky. And that Poppy death does nothing because look at her timer. She's up at 9 seconds. Drag is in 30 seconds. Nothing. A risky play that I did. But it's something that you have to recognize and know that, okay, next time I shouldn't do this because it's not the safe play. I have so much tempo right now, but I'm slowly losing it by doing these weird plays where I'm not where I'm supposed to be. I should have been split. I should have been holding the lane. There's nothing to do here. I shouldn't bank on my... I should just trust my team that, you know, I'm not going to walk up because Dragon's up. And I'm not going to get caught. I shouldn't be scared and think, okay, because I have no trust in them, I'm going to be here. It's super flippy, and people get plays like this, where they just get to clear waves and get towers for free. Okay, we're looking mid because I want to secure prio for this dragon, right? Drag is up in probably around 10 seconds by now. The reason why I even go in here... Okay, the reason why we go mid is we wanna push as much mid as possible, so they're forced to clear mid and give the dragon. The reason why I go in here is because I want to put so much pressure that I want to make Lucian 1 HP, so that there's literally no way that they can walk up without going in 3v5 or 4v5. Because look at Lucian's HP. If we were to just go drag here, Jhin did not need to ult. If we were to just go drag, how can they ever fight it? Poppy, Warwick, Vlad. Right? Rise is up here. He has no ults. They gotta give it. But it just guarantees that play. So I think that was fine. And then I see them all mid. I know that they're not contesting. So I'm going bot to clear it. Is it a crime? Ba, ba, ba. This is my first death. That was really bad. That was really, really bad. And the reason why that was bad is because I wanted to just ults and get the tower, right? I wanted to get one plate, which is not bad. The reason why it was bad, if we go back, you see me W for the blue buff, and I instantly go in, just like this. I never needed to play the lane. If I were to just sit here, W over, take this little fire thing, and get the movement speed to auto it, it would be perfectly fine. I would have lived. But I ended up dying because of that greedy play. Okay, let's wait for my respawn timer. We can look at that. So I was bot. I shove it up to here. I shove it up to here, then I roam. Because there's a chance that Vlad's in these bushes. There's no point of being side here. There's stuff going on mid. So let me think, right? Lucian's Poppy's dying right here. He sees Poppy getting caught. He's gonna think, okay, if they look Baron now, I want to shove this wave as much as I can, so either we get this tower and give Baron, or just that they lose a wave, right? So his goal is to shove it. He doesn't know where I am, so let's see if he walks up. And this is what I'm looking for. I'm thinking, okay, Lucian might walk up here because he wants to shove this mid wave. You always want to get prio in mid, right? I'm walking to the play first. Okay, the play's dead. I see Lucian killing the minions. Does he stay? Let me scanner right here. I turn on scanner. If there are any wards, Lucian would back up. Because they're not wards, because he's clearing this wave, I get to go around. I look Raptors. He ends up dying for it. Now we can go Baron. Okay, they end up contesting it. Got outsmited. Still, everyone's dead. Poppy's the only one who has Baron. Not a bad play on them. Look, drag is up soon, so I wanna be here and get prio. Maybe look for a pick. They're chasing me. It's not much I could do. And okay, I shouldn't have backed here. I should have just looked for a fight. But the reason why I have 3 items. I'm 16 and 1 and 6. I have gold. Right? We just killed everyone here. I have gold. And what I should have done, I should have recalled knowing that Drago's up. This should have never happened, because if I were to recall here when I was just I was walking around, walking here. I spent like what, 20 seconds doing that. If I were to recall, I would have reset and been here for drag. These guys would have still been dead. I could have been in a way better position for me to just W over the wall and kill Lucian. Instead, I greened my recall and I recall now. I should have stayed. I should have stayed and got prio. Because let's look here. I was gone here. Even though nothing happened, it would just be great for me to have presence and do damage. I end up going to Rise. He dies. Free death. Wow, that Warwick is really bad. I kill Warwick. I have to play it slow. Jin dies. Okay, let's see how I play this 2v1. Okay, flash ult, and I hit the dragon because Vlad's so far. And that was Soul. Right? So we get Soul out of that. The fight honestly didn't go bad. Right? We got Soul. Everyone died, which is also like kind of bad. But again, if I just made the play where I recalled, the fight could have went way better. Right? We're lucky that it went so well that it did. But the odds of the fight playing out better was when I recall earlier. Okay. Let's look here. Okay, guys, the reason why I do this play. Oh my god, you can't see map. Oh my god, you can't see the fucking map. I actually have AIDS. Bro, what am I doing? Yo, I actually have autism. Guys. My fucking god, bro. You can't see map. Are you serious, bro? My god. My fucking god. Okay. Whatever. Map is here now. Oh my god, guys, the game's basically over, right? Yeah, there's just a fight where Vlad basically runs it down. I could show you guys. This is the fight. Vlad flashes on Jin, completely runs it. Free kill. Game's over. Right, everyone dies because of that one bad play. Rise TP's in. He ends up just ulting out, I think. But then we end up just taking all this and ending the game. But, oh my god, guys. I can't believe I didn't show map. That was actually so insane. That's my bad. I'm still going to upload it. And you guys can watch it. But wow, that's actually really bad. But yeah. Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Guys, I was super sidetracked by that, but if you guys want to see more of this, or you guys want me to review your own gameplay, send me a DM. I do charge, so just send me a DM if you have any questions about it. And I could look at your gameplay. I could give you a review on, you know, what you should be doing better. I could go really in depth on everything, why you should do this, where you should be, how you should play this, where you should position, you know, everything. Where you should be looking, especially on the map right here. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't show that. But let me just go over what I was talking about at the very beginning of the game. And that's going to be right here. Okay. Before the game starts, you want to ward Raptors, always. If you can, especially with the champion like LeBlanc. Because it gives you intel, right? Most junglers will start here. Say they start Raptors. Let's just say most junglers start Raptors, right? If they start the Raptors, you have vision. So no one paths like this, right? No one goes down here. They take this, they go Krugs, they go red, they go here, right? When Warwick shows on this ward, it'll give the whole team information that he started red side. So he's gonna be pathing here. He's gonna be guaranteed here at around, let's see what time. Holy fuck, this guy clears slow. Wait, what the fuck? Actually, no, I think that's normal. So he's going to be here around like 2 minutes. From 2 to 3 minutes, he should be here. So we know that because he walked over this ward. It's the same thing with Vlad doing the same thing on here. If Kha'Zix starts here, he'll see that he's gonna path top. Kha'Zix started blue, so they're gonna ping. Okay, Kha'Zix will be here later, so bot lane, watch out because Kha'Zix is gonna be here. It doesn't matter because they're so shoved in, but it's just something to know. It's the same thing with me where I know Warwick is here. He's gonna be here around 2-3 minutes. So jungler and I, or probably it's gonna be the jungler's job, but he's gonna ping. Guys, watch out. You guys shouldn't be playing so up because Warwick might skip his camps and just go to you guys, right? He could take wolves, but he could just skip these two. He doesn't need to take these two. He could also skip wolves, but it's just pretty troll too, I think. But like, he doesn't need to take any of these camps. He could just gank bot if there is a play. That's what I was trying to say earlier, and that's kind of what matters. Besides the other things, I don't know if looking at map was too important. It was just kind of me just walking on wards or something. But you guys saw it in the actual gameplay, so I don't think it mattered too much. But this is really just what I mean with the whole warding thing. But yeah. I actually don't think the map affected my VOD review too much, but if you guys have any questions, just at me in the Discord, or just if it's with my gameplay or if it's just future VOD reviews, then yeah, just let me know and I'll get back to you ASAP. But yeah, that was my first ever VOD review, and thank y'all for watching if you guys stuck this long.